you've only got 24 hours in Phnom Penh, Cambodia's vibrant capital, you will want to watch this vlog because we're going to be sharing the best itinerary as well as some tips. First one, download the Grab app, as this is the easiest way to get around. Now let's get stuck in, we have not got much time. This is the fanciest tuk-tuk I've ever been in.
Yeah, we haven't been in one since the Philippines either, have we? So we're really excited to be back in one.
Leather seats, leather roof.
And this one you can actually book through Grab as well. In the Philippines they weren't Grab tuk-tuks, so that's really cool.
Cambodia is known for a lot of things, some wonderful and sadly some very tragic. Phnom Penh is where you will find a lot of historic sites based around the Cambodian genocide, which brings us on to our first destination, the Choeung Genocidal Center. This is going to be difficult.
The tickets here are $6 each. And what's great about this place is the audio tour is included with it, which I love. So this is the main memorial site of Cambodia, where 20,000 people were killed due to the hands of Pol Pots in the Khmer Rouge. Their goal was to have a pure society led by those who worked on the land. They would kill anyone they felt would undermine his plan, anyone with an education. The population in Cambodia at the time was 8 million and 3 million died overall. Not only that, they were already struggling from American bombs from the Vietnam War.
Wow, this is a very unique experience, and it just reflects on the cruel and barbarous nature that the Khmer Rouge inflicted on the Cambodian people.
These were the last sounds the victims ever heard.
You do not want to miss this if you come to Phnom Penh, and it should definitely be paired with the Genocidal Museum, which is the Khmer Rouge former prison.
And to add, it was absolutely heart-wrenching. As you walked around, you could see bone fragments and clothes left over from the victims here. The audio was really good. You got to listen to the victims' stories as you walked around. I'm not gonna lie, I was just weeping as I made my way around the lake, listening to them. It's just really sad.
We just had to get out of our Grab so we could get up for this random ass ram, man. This is crazy. Fair play to him, man. He made it. He's leaving us behind.
We have come to Tuol Pong Market. I'm in basket heaven. Sam, what is the one thing you've noticed here?
People do not harass you, like they just leave you, which is nice.
That's what I spotted as well.
It's nice and calming. You just go around and look at your leisure, and it's also like a maze. It's so big in here.
Because in Vietnam,
it was non-stop.
Yeah. Any luck? Did you find anything?
No, there's too many things in there for me to decide what I want. It's
I know.
really overwhelming. There's actually one thing I wanted that wasn't even in there, which is surprising, which is some perfume. And
I was really naughty. We actually went to the night market last night, which we're going to take you to tonight, and I already did a spot of shopping, if you can't tell. We've just come into 7-Eleven because, oh my god, it's so hot out there and they've got aircon and we want a drink and it's cheap. But whilst we're here and we're looking at prices, we thought we'd share a little tip. So here in Cambodia, they actually take multiple currencies, the main ones being US dollar and the Cambodian real, which then gets really, really confusing because when we go to the banks, they gave us money in dollars, yet when we paid at a restaurant, they wanted reals. And then they also then gave us a mix of dollars and real change. So we quizzed the waiter on why this is the case, and apparently it's because they don't actually have small notes for the US dollars, so they tend to use them for the big notes, and then they use Cambodian reals for the smaller notes. So our tip is to make sure you're doing your exchange rates yourself so you can make sure you are getting the right amount of money back. Now let me find a drink because my ass cheeks are so sticky.
Our next stop is the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, and as I said earlier, this should be done along with the killing fields for a very poignant look into Cambodia's history.
The cost to get into here is $10 with the audio guide. If you don't want the audio guide, then it's $5, and you also get this little leaflet with a map on it. But we do highly recommend the audio guides because whenever we've got them, it's made the experience so much better as you actually know what's going on. I don't know what to say really. It was another sad but insightful experience. You've got to go, but you've got to see and hear about it for yourself and hear the stories from the victims for yourself, because it's hard to explain how you feel coming out of that.
Another little historic stop as it's en route is the Independence Monument, which symbolises Cambodia's independence from France in 1958. That was a quick stop off. We didn't actually realise that you couldn't get out and go around it, so the top tip is to just get your grab driver to circle around it and take you to the next destination, which is what we're doing now.
It's now 6 p.m. and we have made it to our second to last stop here in Phnom Penh. Cambodia is full of temples, so it only made sense to include this one, Wat Phnom Penh, which has the tallest religious structure in this city. And personally, I believe we've got our itinerary the perfect way around, because a place of peace and beauty is exactly what you need after all of the places we have visited today.
As we mentioned earlier, we came here last night and we really loved the vibe. The hustle culture does not exist here, which makes a much more peaceful shopping experience.
If, like us, you've gone to multiple night markets in Vietnam and you're growing tired of them, this one has different stock, so totally worth checking out. We'll show you everything we bought later. Oh my god, it feels so good to be in aircon.
Today was a sweaty day.
Very, very sweaty. First up,
day. Oh, go on.
Well, go, no, go, go, go.
I was going to say perfect day to go around a night market.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
And we're going to show you what we bought. I bought mine yesterday, not going to lie, but Sam got some goodies for himself today. So do you want to kick off?
So I have been I love perfume, and mine ran out the other day.
He loves it that much he's actually done a perfumery course.
Yeah, it's true. Just never done anything with it. But I've got myself Savagery by Dior.
Is that actually what it's called in real life?
It's called Eau Sauvage in real life. But to be fair, the detail that they've gone to on creating a fake is really impressive. Like, I mean, they have put Savagery on the bottle, but the bottle looks exactly the same.
Yeah, and how much?
That was 12,000 real, which is just over £2. So that's a really good deal.
$3.
That's a real good deal.
Yeah. And then, can I show what I've got?
Yeah, of course.
So, I went a bit overboard yesterday, didn't I? So, the top that I'm wearing is one of them. I got the same top in grey.
That was nice.
And I've got a very similar top in green. They've all got bra inserts into them, which is why I like it, because I don't typically wear a bra, but if I could wear little crop tops with a little insert, that's great. And then I also got, I'm going to pop you over here,
Basically a whole new wardrobe.
this skirt, which I absolutely love. And then, all in all, it cost me £8.
Yeah,
It was. And then the last thing we got for ourselves.
Cuties.
These
Forgot
little
about
things.
them. What are they, like little brass ornaments?
We don't really know. We did ask, but there was no like proper information. But they were $1 each.
Cool.
Sorry for talking in different currencies, but that's just what they do here.
Yeah.
So that's mine. The elephant's mine. Oh, I've got these ones the wrong way around. I'm showing you the monkey asses.
But that's my parents, actually. They used to have an ornament just like this when I was younger. It was made out of wood, but it was this, and it reminded me of them. So.
And then that one's yours.
And this one's mine for the van.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So that's yeah, $1 each, so $3 in total. So yeah, the markets are very cheap
really
here.
cheap.
Right, so moving on to tips. So I'm going to have my phone out for this because we've got a list of tips that we do not want to miss talking about. The top one being SIM cards. We're digital nomads, so we have to have them when we're out here.
Well, we actually picked up ours at the border when we were crossing from Vietnam, and we were with Cell Card. We paid about £5 each, which gives us 25 gigabytes over 30 days, which is more than enough.
Yeah, and we're actually here for around 2 weeks, and we probably will use the 25 gigabytes each, so that was perfect. So next is US dollars, which we spoke to you about in 7-Eleven earlier. So after that is how we got here. We've
been using a website called Bookaway, and we travelled with Giant Ibis because we hadn't already applied for a visa, so we went with Giant Ibis, who sorted everything out for us.
We recommended them, and we would recommend them on to you guys. They were good. Next is how long do you need in each location? So we thought we'd just cover that because obviously we've been whizzing around all today, but what time did we set off and how long do you need in each location? So we set off at 9:30 this morning, and we drove 30 minutes to the furthest location so we could start making our way back. So
which was the Killing Fields.
Yeah, so at the Killing Fields we were there for an hour and a half. We then got on a tuk-tuk to the Genocide Museum, but as you know, we then whizzed straight off to the market, and we were there for about 30 minutes, but if you're actually going to probably shop, you'll want an hour there.
It is huge, and it is worth it as well.
Oh yeah, and then we went back to the museum where we spent 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah, and that was 2 solid hours, and you could probably even spend more.
I think 2 hours is your minimum there if you're going to listen to nearly everything. There were a few points near the end where I was just getting too hot, and it was so much information, and we'd already done the museum earlier in the morning that I was like, I can't do the last few points, but again, the stories were incredible to listen to.
100% worth it.
Go, don't miss it. So then after that, we headed to the temple.
The monument.
Well, the monument, which took a few seconds, and then the temple, which you probably only need 30 minutes, to be honest.
I do just go on the. I think in the monument you can normally go there, but they'd boarded it all off when we went. So I've seen pictures on Google, and people are under it. Yeah,
and the tuk-tuk driver kind of said like we can't pull over, so he just whizzed us around instead, which was fine. Then we moved on to the night market. Obviously, we have been the night before, so I'd say. We spent a good 1 hour to 1.5 hours last night.
I know we've already said it, but there are different items at this one compared to Vietnam, so it was like completely new to us as well. So it was interesting to go around.
Getting food there, which is really nice because you get to sit on the mats on the ground.
Yeah,
the ground was hot, but it was still nice. Everything's hot here. What are we on about? After that, we've got how much we spent on everything.
We've broken this down into hotels, attractions, transport and food. This doesn't include a sim, as that's up to your requirements, and it does actually include tips. Yeah,
so our tips, like we've just, if something was 4,500, we've just given 5,000 because
it's 20p.
It's 20p, so that's like the tips that we're on about. We're just rounding things up. So
sorry, not 5,000. 5,000 is £1. 500 is 20p.
Yeah. So on the hotel, we're actually here for 3 nights, but we've been working, so we're going to give you 2 nights cost, because if you were here for 24 hours, you'd stay for 2 nights. So that's £44, and we booked through booking.com, which is cheaper than going direct from the prices we've seen on their wall downstairs.
Yeah.
And we can link that as well in the description if you want to stay here. It's really nice.
The breakfast is really good.
Breakfast is good.
It's probably the best you've had in Asia, actually.
And we actually did find the hotels here in District 1, or accommodations, sorry. They're quite pricey.
They are quite pricey.
But yeah, we picked here. So attractions, which are the museums and the temple and stuff that we went to, was £21.50.
Okay.
I think that's money well spent. Transport. So we've been whizzing around all day, and in total it cost us £12.25, which I think is really good.
It is really good, but I didn't expect that.
Some journeys were like 80p go. I mean, if you think of London,
and
this is me going back 6-7 years now. You'd get in one of those Addison Lee taxis, not that, I think I did it once, and it starts at £12. So this is just insane. Food.
I don't know, actually.
Okay, £18.50.
Really?
I did give you a chance.
I think that's quite expensive.
It's more expensive than Vietnam here. It's cheaper than the Philippines. So
we haven't paid for breakfast.
If you're watching this for the first time, so you're just watching our channel for the first time, we've already done 2 months in Southeast Asia. First month in the Philippines, second month in Vietnam, and now we're in Cambodia. So that's why we're comparing it to those countries.
Vietnam rocks.
For cheapness. So that is a total of £96 and 25p if you were to come here for 24 hours, and that is for 2 people. That is everything. I hope you've enjoyed joining us for 24 hours here in Phnom Penh.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna shoot tomorrow
to go see Reap.
Yeah, which we haven't planned, so we need to sit down and
get that together.
Book a bus.
So
we'll
definitely be doing more than 24 hours in Siem Reap.
Yeah, we have a few plans there, and we're really excited because it's the big deal when you come to Cambodia. You've got to go there. So yeah, we'll catch you there. Bye.